News. We begin tonight with the outcome that no one wanted in the search for Eliza Fletcher. She's a mom, a wife, a teacher, forced into an SUV on Friday while out for her early morning run. On day 4 of the search, investigators found Liza's body near an abandoned home in Memphis. Her cause of death tonight has not been released. Her remains discovered not far from the apartments where police say her attacker came and cleaned that SUV after he is accused of abducting and killing Liza. That moment also captured on new video tonight of him cleaning the SUV, released by authorities. Cleotha Abston is behind bars, now charged with first-degree murder. Police believe this attack was random, and what happened to Liza is becoming more and more horrific as we learn more details. It's also raising some concerns tonight in a city that has seen a lot of violence, especially kidnappings in recent years. So we're going to get into that tonight. Our team is standing by as we take a closer look at this specific case and also crime as a whole in Memphis and what many of us did this weekend if we were out looking over our shoulder, thinking, what would we do? We're going to start with correspondent Marky Martin tonight, live with what police are sharing about this case and Liza's murder. Marky.
Marnie, after 4 days of searching, investigators finally locating and identifying the body of Eliza Fletcher, the mother and teacher violently abducted during her Friday morning jog. And now her alleged killer, a repeat offender, now behind bars once again.
Today is a very sad day in the city of Memphis.
Tennessee authorities announcing new details in the disappearance of Eliza Fletcher. Following an intensive 4-day search, the 34-year-old's body was found in the back of a vacant duplex apartment 8 miles from where she went missing.
Further forensic investigation by the MPD traffic unit positively identified the body was, in fact, Eliza Fletcher.
Her alleged kidnapper and killer, 38-year-old Cleotha Abston, who now faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder. Surveillance images show the abductor waiting in this black SUV. When Fletcher passes by on her Friday morning jog, he aggressively runs toward her and forces her into the car. According to police records, Abston's DNA was found on a pair of shoes left at the scene, which were found alongside Fletcher's cell phone.
We have no reason to think this was anything other than an isolated attack by a stranger.
In brand new surveillance video, Abston can be seen cleaning his car hours after the abduction. According to the affidavit, officers were able to locate Fletcher after noticing tire tracks in grass on the street she was found. Investigators also smelled the odor of decay, leading them to her body. Her purple running shorts found in a trash bag 100 feet from the scene. Abston appearing in front of a judge today, but he's no stranger to the law. His criminal record dates back to just 12 years old, with charges including aggravated assault with a weapon and rape. At 16, he kidnapped a Memphis prosecutor at gunpoint, a crime he spent 20 of a 24-year sentence behind bars for.
Unfortunately, that time was not long enough, and he was given the opportunity to kill.
Alex Del Carmen is a criminology expert. We asked him how a repeat offender like Abston was allowed back on the streets.
We in society say, well, gee, throw the key, away and put him in prison forever. And of course, hindsight is 20/20. But that judge is restrained to whatever parameters the law gives that judge at the time of sentencing.
Fletcher's family releasing this statement today. We are heartbroken and devastated by this senseless loss. Liza was such a joy to so many. Her family, friends, colleagues, students, parents, members of her Second Presbyterian Church congregation, and everyone who knew her.
Before we go, I wanted to remind you.
The kindergarten teacher being remembered by the students and schools she leaves behind as a light who embodied this song.
With me, we're gonna sing This Little Light of Mine, okay? Ready? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
And Marnie, Fletcher's family also asking of the public, the media at this time, for privacy and respect as they grieve. And as you mentioned right off the top, the manner of Fletcher's death has still not been revealed at this time. Marnie.
Thinking about that family tonight. What a beautiful person, and seeing that video of her is just so heartbreaking. Marky, tell us a little bit more about the court appearance of this suspect today. I know there was a lot of attention focused on that, and who else was in the courtroom?
Yeah, we watched as Abston was led into that courtroom in handcuffs and a mask. He stood in front of that judge as the judge read off his charges. Today really tackled aggravated kidnapping and some other misdemeanors, stolen property, use of somebody else's credit card. His bond was set at $510,000. We then watched as he raised his hand, swore under oath that all the information he has given to police in his affidavits, that all that information has been accurate. He also notified the courts he could not make bond. He could not afford a lawyer at this time, so he will be given a court-appointed attorney. And Marnie, we do expect him to be back in court tomorrow to be arraigned over some of the more serious charges like first-degree murder. We can also confirm Fletcher's family was in court today as he was there.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.